Good morning. It is day 26 of opioid substance free, with occasionally that I took a couple puffs of weed, but that's not for me. So, pat on my back. I wasn't going to share this, but I think it's important to share this. So, I am traumatized again. So, trauma on top of trauma. It is a violation, and as a pedophilia survivor and as a rape survivor, to me, this feels comparable to that. It's a violation. First, I would like to say the whole reason why I'm in this hotel was because the methadone clinic is I forgot the word. It is within walking distance. Now that I don't need it, I need to get the F away. So, as it is, we already have suspicions about money being taken and there's all these extra charges they say I owe, and we pay $355 a week. If you're like 1 minute late, I think it was like 50 seconds late the one time, a $20 late fee. So, anyways, yes, police did get involved. I'll get more to them. But back to this place. Yeah, it's a hotel, but it's an extended stay hotel. It has there's a kitchenette in there, so microwave, stovetop, a tiny counter, and a sink for dishes, and then like a mid-sized fridge. So, and then bathroom, and then bedroom, whatever. So, I don't like how anyone can just come in your room at any old time. Now, I shared this in confidence with a couple of people that are my neighbors, and yeah, they're like, that explains a lot, because they've had things missing from their room, such as money. I am so good with money now. I can take from that money, and if my husband or I need something, I can spend a little bit of that money. I didn't spend that much money yesterday for everything that I got when it came to the whole totality. Like, my biggest charge was my laptop, our laptop. It was on sale at Target for $289. Tax, $307. So, and plus I had extra spending money too. So, being good with money and counting it constantly. My husband's not going to take it from me. He has way more in the bank than I do. I get the housewife allowance. I get $100 a week. And if you keep saving, in 2 years' time, you're going to have a few grand. Let's just say a few grand. So, I counted my money, our money, before I left. And I had to get some new clothing and stuff, and I got some accessories, and came back and I was carrying, it's obvious when you have 2 Target bags, like the huge, large ones. I had one on each shoulder. It was like lifting weights. And it's obvious that but that's not fair, though. You don't have a right to take from me. Is it because you think I'm white? Because I'm not completely white. I'm half Native American. So regardless, I'm not trying to be about racism, because so much programming on YouTube effing sucks, and online and social media, where, oh, we have a right to steal from white people. No, you don't. I'm sorry. What happened in your past, I'm sorry what happened to your families in your past, and the current racism. And yes, I have been dealing with racism my entire life because of my heritage. But you don't have, no one has a right. I don't have a right to steal from anyone. You don't have a right to steal from anyone, because what your ancestors went through. Trust me, my ancestors went through a lot too, and they're still going through a lot. Do you know Native women? I got chills. Do you know what is even continuing to happen to them? All the other races from around the world. Do you realize to me, there's more of an issue with these other races? I'm sorry, that's my opinion. So anyways, I come back from Target, then I went back up to Myers, and I really had to get new bedding. And this was from money that I was saved. In fact, the rest of the stuff that I bought at Target was from extra money in my wallet as well. The only thing that I took out of my savings was $300 from my $100 increment envelope. I write the numbers on envelopes. So I have an envelope for the lower denominations, 1 through 10. I have a envelope with 20 written on it, 50 written on it, and 100 written on it. So I came back from Myers, and the smell, thank God that smells out of the bed. I had to throw pillows away and everything because they turned yellow. Stuff leaks out of your brain at night, especially if you've used substances. I learned that when I was younger from a drug counselor that they had to see at the troubled teen industry. So anyways, I started getting exhausted, and I did like a 15 to 20 minute power nap, cat nap, and I went downstairs. I left my purse in here. I had it somewhere, and I had something concealing it, but if you're in my room and I'm not in here long enough, and you can try to be sneaky McGee. So I'm sitting on the bench. I see the one employee go upstairs, and people wonder, oh, it was admitted to me yesterday by the one that worked here that she tried to comfort me and everything, and it was admitted that sometimes she's taken $20 out of the till, but she puts it back. I forgot to mention that to the police, but I didn't name names. So anyways, I'm sitting on the bench below, and my little Starbucks cup from the holidays, I'm sitting there. I didn't have a lid on it. I'm just drinking coffee. I'm listening to my music. So I see the one employee go upstairs, and me and my husband have discussed this place and possibly having money taken and all these ridiculous extra charges. I can't even get a printed out receipt because the computer says I owe money. But the computer's messing up because it's happening to everybody. Whatever. So, I don't owe them money. So, after like 15 minutes, I panicked. So I went flying up to my room. I opened up my bag. And my money bag inside my bag. But everything was disarrayed in my purse. Yeah, my purse is messy, but when I went to grab it out so I could count it to make sure, because I thought I was crazy thinking this, I pulled it out, and I'm pulling out wads of money, and then when I'm counting it, I'm noticing that they're in the different envelopes. So my $100 bills were in the $20 envelopes, the $20 were in the $50, and the $50 were in the $20. So in the morning, I counted $1,500 I had. I deducted $300 from the $100 increments. And by the time I got done counting, only $800 were left with my $100 bills. Violators, more traumas. Yeah, you have to deal with this shit. You don't have to deal with this shit. I'm going to be packing up my stuff, our stuff, so we can just get out of here. I'm going to ask my mom if she can take me to Secretary of State and everything, and so I can get a car. I don't want to go alone. I don't want to take Uber. Well, I'll have to talk to you more about that, Mom. I'll give you gas money. It's so called panicking my husband, and basically, you know, he gaslit me. Oh, you're always playing victim and blah blah blah, this and that. It caused an argument between us. You're always playing victim. I'm not always playing victim, you a-hole. These things are happening. He felt really bad when I explained to him as a victim of the abuses as a child, and then as a victim of domestic violence and our words, and like my ex that's dead, the abuser, he would be like, he would gaslight me and say, oh, that stuff didn't happen to you. That's gaslighting. Don't do that to a victim. So, there was a lot of bad arguments between me and my husband last night, but he finally understand. He thought everyone around here saw me freaking out and stuff, and the police were called, and I guess the miscommunication, I miscommunicated something. I thought it was more than clear. Sometimes people can think something else, even when you're clear. That's why I hate when people don't pay attention to every single words that I speak or others speak. So I ended up going downstairs and, well, wait, before that, when I look back, it makes sense. I was outside having a smoke, and the one that I know that did it now, especially because they're like, when I confronted this, they said the person's name. Why would you say their name out of all the employees? Obviously, there's an issue there. So, the person was staring up at me in our room, and I have an umbrella in my room window, and then that's another thing too. My husband's like, you think people are always staring at you? Well, sometimes if you have an aura about you, depending who you are, especially if people have talked to you before, they can attract attention, the wrong attention, you know? So, talking to the lady downstairs, and she's trying to get me to report it. She was very furious. So, I'm upstairs, and then a little bit goes by. My room phone is ringing, and I'm like, I don't want to talk. And then she comes up. I could have reacted way worse. Like 10 years ago, if this would have happened, some people would have been snatched up by my hands. I'm too old. I don't want to hurt anyone, even though they're hurting me. But my faith is helping to really calm me down, too, besides being older than my faith, most importantly. So, I had my mom on video chat because I'm telling her this stuff too. So my mom is a witness to the lady, and she's like, I need you to call the police because that's like grand larceny. And I said, I am 25, because this was yesterday, I'm 25 days sober. I'm not pressing charges, and I'm not going to be a snitch. Well, it's not snitching if somebody committed a crime. I said, you know what? Maybe if I leave here, but I don't want anybody to get in trouble. If the person really needed the money, fine. They knew that I gave this homeless couple, the woman was pregnant. I seen them this was months ago. When I came back from the clinic, I went to go get a soda. There's cameras in there, and there's this couple laying on the floor, and she's pregnant. They have pop bottle returnables and like no other bags with them. And I left and I went back, and I gave them $150 so they could get a room and some food and whatever. Because I'm like, I asked the guy, I said, do you need help? Do you guys need help? And then I had mentioned it to the one employee here, and she's like, oh yeah, we saw you on camera. They're junkies. You shouldn't have given them money. I'm like, whatever. So, yeah. So she's calming me down, and I said, she's very spiritual. And I said, in the name of Jesus, in the blood of Jesus, in the name of God, I need to let this go. And she's like, well, I have to make reports and blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, it is what it is. So I knew the police were going to come. Did I feel nervous? Yeah. But the nervousness left. When you're not with the wrong person. Oh, my husband was furious that they had to come. He thought other people called. That was miscommunication, I guess. I said, no. This place called when I told them not to call because of grand larceny. I'm not pressing charges. I'm not going to say nothing. I got you on camera. That was a fib. But sometimes you need to fib to pull the truth out. They do that in interrogation, so you tell on yourself. So, but yeah, definitely somebody came in this room and stole from us. So anyways, my husband's home from work, and I'm just like my nerves are completely shot, and we're arguing, and thank God the arguing had stopped. It picked up after they left, but then I explained to him, look, stop, please. And then I seen this look of feel bad. my husband felt bad for what he was saying. I apologize, but I wasn't saying anything or doing anything wrong. This is a crime. You're always playing victim. We're both victims. Someone stole from us. So anyways, there's 2 Livonia police officers. One is talking to my husband. The one I was talking to, he is indigenous. Very. So I connected real good. And I spoke calm. My husband said my voice was a little shaky. And I'm like, well, my nerves are shot. And I said, I have no warrants for my arrest. And he gave me the most beautiful smile. I've never been smiled by police. He gave me this genuine smile, and he goes, we know, like we're proud of you, you know. In the past, it hasn't been so good with police. My ex, he was a race hater. He hated the half native side of me, and he said I could not tell my children. That's how bad it was. So, he, being indoctrinated in and out of the prison system, I think he should have been stayed locked up. There's some people that just need to be locked up. Psychopaths. And so, because of prison, the guys segregate in there, some of them, and they join gangs. So, and because of his gang affiliation, I was on an FBI list for being with a known Aryan brother. Fuck my life. Embarrassing, going around with swastikas and 666 Mark of the Beast. I think my ex was an antichrist. He has the fallen angel DNA. Rhesus monkey DNA. Rh negative. Lightning bolts on him. I got beat almost to death because I told him, you know, I've dated black guys. There's a picture of me with one of my first boyfriends, Marlon, and he beat the living hell out of me. So, and I told the police, I said when I divorced him, I was taken off that list. And it was so easy to talk to him, especially when you're on the right side of tracks. I told him about my sobriety and everything, and I just can't fit anything else. And they're asking me questions of who's the name and what neighbors that told me that they have stuff missing and blah blah this and that, and which employee. And I'm like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not pressing charges. I just wanted to let it go. And yeah. So, I mean, when me and my husband first moved over here, and we were walking back from the store, somebody had called the police and said me and my husband were arguing. That was a lie. And a Livonia police officer pulled us over on foot and was harassing us. And I told him flat out, you're lying. You saw us walking, so you're pulling us over. We haven't done anything. So, yeah. So anytime I had seen and knowing that they had to wait outside of the clinic to pull people over to arrest them for open intoxicants from the methadone. So I did not like them. But with this situation, and my husband and I, we're not in trouble for anything. Our records are clean. Mine is clean now. I had one bad charge that was completely dropped. Maybe I'll do another video about that. But so, yeah. And the police are like, well, if you change your mind, call us. You can call us at any time. We'll help you. But I'm gonna let it go. You can't force someone. Like, this place is trying to force me to press charges because of a crime. No. Regardless, if a person needed it, I'm not gonna. Two, I don't want to cause issues here, even though somebody's causing issues for me, until I'm out of here. So I'm gonna just start packing up our stuff so we can get out. But yeah, so I had to share this because this is what's helping me to heal, is when these traumas are happening, or traumas from my past. It is helping me to get it out right here, right now. So I just was going through my clothing yesterday, which was emotional because so many of my clothing, it was so huge. It was super huge. Tons of cigarette burns, and one pair of pants had like 20 to 50 cigarette holes in them, and then a ton of clothes like that. So, but I saved a huge top. So when I held it up to my husband, he's like, oh my God. I'm like, see how much I've lost. So have a beautiful day. I will talk to you later. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, thank you. If you're just listening, maybe this can help people. So bye, babies.